Well, guys, I think I'm gonna hang it up. I think I'm done. Why am I done? I'm done playing the YouTube game because it's absolutely a game. I was part of a $15,000 coaching program. I was privy enough to be part of that group where one of my clients who I helped grow his YouTube channel signed up for a guy who had more than 4 million subscribers. And it was a 6-month program. What was included in that program was monthly meetings, one-on-one meetings, weekly group calls, and I think I'm done. I'm gonna tell you 5 of the biggest lessons that I learned today. I wrote them down here on a Myers receipt, right? And I'm gonna tell you the 5 lessons that I learned, which this being one of them is it's a game, but we already knew that, right? First lesson I learned in this program is this platform doesn't necessarily want you to be original, which means you have to copy creators. And the reason you have to copy the creators is because in order to get, YouTube wants you to be original, but they don't. The reason they want you to be original is because it can potentially find new audiences. Where that comes from is you have to copy other creators' thumbnails and their titles in order to get in their lane, to show your originality. I played the game for a long time. Hundreds and thousands of hours of watching other YouTube creators, trying to put myself in their shoes, and it just didn't do it did well for what I needed it to do, but I never reached my full potential. Second lesson that I learned, shorts will ruin your channel. Yeah, that's what I got here. Shorts will ruin your channel. And I remember on one of those group calls, they asked the question, one of the other people that were in the coaching cohort, what to do about shorts. And this was the guy coming from the head guy, 4 million subscribers. He said, start a new shorts channel. Start a channel and move your shorts over to that one because it will ruin your average view duration for your long form content, which makes sense. You guys have just got to the channel. Thank you for being here. Hopefully you get some value out of this content today. I was lucky to be part of that group. Guys, here's a bonus tip for you that I didn't mention in the video. AI is coming, all right? I don't know what you want to do with that information, but that's something that they were very adamant that I realized is either you adapt or you're gonna get left in the dust. And one of the consultants, which is crazy, when I got introduced, he said, oh, Court, I know you already. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, we were just talking about your channel not too long ago. And then he went on to give me some advice on what to do with my main channel. That was a very cool moment as someone who's constantly trying to be putting himself out there, get his content in front of as many eyeballs as possible. I was on someone's radar. That was cool. The third lesson that I learned was make videos as long as possible. Certain niches it won't work with. There's certain niches where if it's informational content, they don't want to sit there and watch 35 minutes worth of relationship coaching or informational content, whatever it is, how to fix a washer or dryer. So you have to pick a niche that's going to allow for the watch time hours to be realistic, you know? One of the niches that they talked about was content like this, and as much heavy editing as you do, it may not be worthwhile. So you want to make sure that you pick a niche that's going to allow for you to realistically get a high view duration, which entertainment is one of them. If you release like a course and you put that on YouTube, and which is kind of funny because I took that program September 2024, ended it February 25. What has YouTube introduced over the past month or so? Courses on the platform. Someone knew something, right? Or someone knows what the future of content consumption is looking like. The fourth thing that I took away from that $15,000 coaching program was to buy a teleprompter. Everyone in the industry uses teleprompters. And it kind of went against what I believe, because when I first started my main, I didn't have a teleprompter. I'm gonna tell you how I had mine rigged up because I was poor and in poverty. I had my iPhone, which I'm using right now. There's something to be said about not messing up the good recipe. I went back to an iPhone now. I had a Canon M50, and then I had a Canon something else, and I may be about to sell that camera because the quality on this I feel it's more superior. It's hard though, right? It's a hard thing to do because teleprompters, using those takes a certain type of skill set. If you're someone that's going to get caught eye tracking all the time, it's distracting. So that's one thing that I feel I could have done without. What did Court do? Court went out and bought a $300, $400 teleprompter. What is Court doing now? Thinking about selling that $300, $400 teleprompter. Hasn't even been a year. I bought that back in like February, March 25. And I don't think I'm gonna use it. It's difficult. And it's hard to, I like to, my other video on this channel, I talked about how I need to be moving. What is the exact opposite of moving? For me to coach, for me to like keep my brain moving forward and to keep coming up with new ideas and to recall certain information, I have to be moving. And teleprompters is like the anti-movement, right? Your eyes are going to be tracking. All right, fifth thing that I learned. Release 5 videos on your launch, which I did. On one of my channels, I did that. And I'm gonna be honest, it worked. Why did it work? It worked because I created my own ecosystem, my own library to pull from. How did I do it? Well, of course, I made 5 videos. I posted them on the same exact date, and I just kept launching them one after another, every 10 minutes. I was nervous because I didn't want it to look spammy. I didn't want to get in trouble by the YouTube gods. But, I mean, if someone tells you in a 15K coaching program to do that, you're going to listen to what the program tells you to do. And to this day, I look at the analytics. Wish I could share those analytics with you, but I don't want my algorithm getting messed up. You look at the analytics, and what's in it, what I see happening is all of my videos are suggesting my other videos. If you guys go in your YouTube Studio app, or just go into YouTube Studio, I want you to look at what content is suggesting your other content, right? Usually you're going to get a bunch of different people with AI dubbing going on right now. You're going to get people from different countries, people that don't even speak, if you speak English, that doesn't speak English. They're going to all be suggesting your content, which is going to lower your click-through and lower your average view duration. But because I created that ecosystem, I have kind of gotten rid of all the riffraff, and I'm like putting them right here in my library. This is the library that I created. So that was a good thing. How long should your videos be? I'm going to go back and touch on that. They suggested that your videos be no less than 20 minutes. And what am I doing? I'm like, I'm about to fact check this. I'm going to look at the channel of this $4 million guy, 4 million subscriber guy, and see how long his videos are. I mean, it was spot on. No less than 30-minute videos. I'm like, why? Because you want to get the average view duration up and you want to get the watch time hours up. Well, that's all I got for you guys. Appreciate you for coming back to the channel. Hopefully those 5 things that I learned in that program is going to be something that you can use in your own coaching practice. If you're building a business, trying to get your exposure out there, hopefully that helped. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.